Definitely want to hear how everything's going, what you need help with. Record audio, record computer audio. Okay, I'm just getting some backups going here in case, just in case, so that we can definitely have the recording for after the call's over. Let's see. Shane says, Rob, I'd love to grab some more of your time to soak up your knowledge, brother. That's true, but didn't you book it last week? Didn't you have another one on my calendar for some reason? Or was that somebody else? That wasn't you. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and look. Well, thanks for being honest. I swore it was you. Okay, maybe it was someone else. I'll have to go back in my calendar and check it out. I'm losing my mind. Um, I've been sick on and off, um, so that probably has something to do with it. My short-term memory. I caught this gnarly stomach bug from my kids. It's come back twice in like 1 week. It's been awful. Um, okay, guys, cool. So let's get started with some questions. What kind of questions do you guys have for me? As always, I'll go to the Facebook group and start looking for some questions we can answer there too, just to get the engines fired up, etc. So let's take a look here. All right, cool. Joe's got a good question in the group. Quick question is about to launch several trials. I have the businesses all linked up on my business manager account, but I assume I create their ads under their Power Editor. What stops them from shutting me out and keeping the funnel? Okay. Assume I create their ads under their Power Editor. Okay, so this is a good question. This goes back to that whole business manager thing. I don't think Joe's on this call here unless he snuck in. Thomas Eberhard is here. Welcome, Thomas. Rafael Zawistowski is here. Welcome, Rafael. Seen you here before. So welcome, guys. Now, here's the deal with ad accounts, guys. If you own this ad account, then your client doesn't need to give you access to an ad account. So the only reason why, and like the way that we do it is, if we're doing a trial for a client, we always create the ad account that we own, outright when we're doing the trial, okay? We don't really negotiate with the client on that. They barely ever ask about it. But that's just, we let them know, we're like very upfront about it, but we're just like, hey, we're going to create an ad account within our agency account, and then all we need is like admin access to your page, your business page, and that's it, right? So that's the way that we always do it when we're doing a trial with a new client. So in this instance, from what I can see here, it looks like Joe's got the access to an ad account that's owned by somebody else, and I'm guessing that Stay Totally Booked is his client, right? So in his question, have the businesses all linked up, but I assume I create their ads under their Power Editor. No, you wouldn't create the ad under their Power Editor. You would just create it in your Power Editor for their ad account and their page. So yeah, I think he's asking because it says view ad account in Power Editor, but he doesn't own that ad account. You would open it up in your Power Editor and just select which ad account you want to work on. So is everybody clear on that? On how these trials get structured? Like, I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you have a great relationship. This meaning asking for access to their existing ad account. I would only do this under two circumstances. The first circumstance is if they have a fantastic like season pixel, or they've got fantastic data, season ad account data, season ad campaigns that you can use in some way to benefit your work. But I mean, guys, like 95% of the clients' accounts that we've started have been from a fresh ad account because like nobody pixels their stuff when they come to us. I mean, it's a rare day when the client has the ad account set up with the pixel installed correctly on their site and landing pages. So there's not really a benefit to us doing that unless we, um, have a great relationship with that client, like they're a friend or a family member or like a longtime client or something. And we're just doing them a solid saying, hey, we'll just operate from your ad account because we like you a lot and, we're hooking you up. Like you own the asset and, you guys could take it and run, I guess, but we've got a great relationship so that the chances of that are very unlikely. So, so that's how that works. And then to answer this last part, he's asking, and what stops them from shutting me out and keeping the funnel besides me just deleting the funnel on my end? Well, they could swipe the funnel. They could take screenshots of it and go recreate it. But yeah, you would own the funnel asset. So you would just, unhook the funnel, change the URL name so they couldn't use your funnel anymore. And that would be that. So that's actually a great question. How many guys have run into problems like this in your campaigns? Anybody? Cool. I'll just keep going through questions. I don't see any questions in here, guys, so ask away. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And let me know if there's something you guys want to learn about. If you guys want to know what's working for us currently, all that good stuff. I could talk about that stuff too instead if there aren't any questions. Let me find another good one. By the way, did you guys see what Kevin posted in here? This video is awesome. Kevin is a hustler. This guy's working a full-time job and he's still booking clients. He's cold emailing clients or prospects, and he's turned some of them into clients, and he's just got a can-do attitude. So this guy's spending a few minutes a day sending a handful of cold emails to business owners, sending them all out, sending them his case study info, and then he goes to a job all day and tries to book these appointments with them virtually, like between his job hours. So love his attitude, love his hustle. If any of you guys are not, where you want to be with this, it's good inspiration to go and see and listen to what he's doing because, guys, this is how every business gets started. Is it's just all out massive action, So I know that some people are like, what's the easiest way to get stuff done? And I think it's more like, what are the habits that you need to build in order to get this stuff done, right? Because the easy stuff is usually a loophole, and the easy stuff is usually, short-lived. So, I mean, constant outreach, constant opportunities, they come from the habits that you build, right? So, I asked Kevin I challenged him one day, and he talks about this in the video. I challenged him to get one client a month. That was my challenge to him. I was like, if you're working a full-time job, you can't sit around and be like, this is just going to come to me one day, or one day I'll get lucky, right? And the client will come to me. You have to be willing to email people while you're eating your bowl of cereal for 30 minutes every morning before you go to work. And your goal from that should be to get one new client per month recurring, right? So that's what we decided on. I said, look, well, that's my challenge to you then. If you think that's doable and it's realistic and you can stick to that and you get one new client a month, in 1 month, you'll have $1,000, $1,500 in recurring revenue. In month 2, you'll have $1,000, $1,500 more. And in month 3, you'll have $1,000 to $1,500 more. And then you can quit your job if you desire, right? So that was my challenge to him, and he's done a great job of just taking that mindset and running with it, and he's getting results from it. Okay, so very, very good lesson there. I think you guys should listen to his video. It'll probably help you, get your mojo back, if you will. This was kind of cool. Chris, I was just like eating lunch one day at a restaurant over here last week, and I ran into Chris, and I didn't recognize him at all. I actually didn't even really know he's in this group, to be honest. He hasn't been super active in here. But I'm sitting there eating lunch, and he goes, "Is your name Rob Bailey?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Why? Who are you?" And Chris comes and introduces himself, and we start talking, and we talked for like a half an hour. Got to know him really well, as well as you can in like 30 minutes. But great guy. Was a pleasure to talk to him, and that was a really, really cool thing because I had never seen him post anything in the group before. So it's kind of ironic, but really, really neat to see. He lives in South County, San Diego, so that was pretty cool. And then the past week, a couple of people have posted some awesome wins. So Ron is out there cutting it up too, getting some leads for under $5 in the fitness niche. That's a fantastic KPI to be looking at. And then it bumped up a little bit. So we actually Betsy and Jesse helped him get a little bit of a bump there. So he made some modifications, and I think his campaign is back to producing well. So really, really cool to see all that stuff happen in the group. Awesome stuff. All right, we got some questions coming in. Thomas says, "Hey Rob, I don't have a technical question, but do you have a few guys in the group that I could outsource some of my client work to? I'm having scalability issues." Great question, Thomas. Is there anyone on this call who feels like they want to connect with Thomas and work with him because he's having scalability issues? In other words, he's looking for somebody to do the work, do the fulfillment. So Thomas, why don't you, this is a great thing that you can do, Thomas, is post in the group that you asked us on the call and you said it was okay. You know, I told you it was okay to post it here in the group. And by the way, you guys are always welcome to do this in our group. There's no problem with that at all. Shane raised his hand already and said, "Sure, maybe I could help Thomas out." So Thomas, post it in the group and give people as much detail as you can about what kind of information or what kind of arrangement you're looking for, and try to give as much detail as possible. That's the key to getting like some good relevant answers. And you're welcome to ask people, like to PM people if you want. That's totally okay. So, but that's a great idea. So Thomas, maybe you can tell people about what type of clients you're needing to help with and what kinds of campaigns maybe, so that way people know what niche you're working in and they can match that up with their skill set. And also like whether you're building the campaigns and lead pages or ClickFunnels, or you know how you're executing this stuff. Does that sound good? Yep, Thomas says he'll post that tonight. So be on the lookout for that. You already got one taker with Shane Hall. So go for it, guys. It's awesome. And well done, Thomas. How many clients do you have right now, Thomas, or how many are you looking to get? Let's see. Lowell says, talk about current work. Does anyone actually have a system where they can do so let's see. Lowell has a question about the cold emailing thing. Yeah, so good question. Okay, so Lowell's question, I just had to read this, it's kind of long, but he's asking, how do you cold email 100 emails a day? Okay, so let's go back to the course, and let me, actually, hang on one sec, let me just bring up the course. So Lowell, have you been through the training yet? If you're new, you probably haven't been, but let me know that. That's a good piece of information to know so I know where to start off. Have you been through the actual course training yet? Not totally, but most. Okay, cool. So this is the area you want to go focus in on, which is just prospecting. And I literally got my agency to about 15 grand a month doing these three things right here. And this is like before all the referrals started pouring in, right? So these are the activities that you can control. The thing with referrals is it's pretty tough to control when they come in, right? So these are the things you can actively do to go out and get new business. So Have you, Lowell, have you seen this section and gone through this video and looked at the templates? Because this is exactly how you do it. If you wanted to send 100 cold emails, I would use this exact template. You know, go ahead and modify it to suit, and you can use yes where. You can do. Have you seen the software? Yes where works really good. If you have Gmail, it's got like a little Gmail plugin. And it's also got a dashboard like this, so you can send 100 a day out, and it'll drip feed them out. And when somebody responds, you know, it'll keep track of all the touch points, right? So you can see here, it's like, okay, well, 2 days. It's been 2 days since I've called and emailed this person, followed up with them, and it'll send a little reminder back to your inbox to send another email. It's pretty rad. It's a nice lightweight app. Like once you get it set up, you don't have to leave your inbox much if you use Gmail. It's also got this sweet click-to-call thing in here. I haven't used that yet. Back when I was using Yesware, it didn't have that. But what's awesome is if you have phone numbers too, you can just, again, you don't have to leave the app. You can just call somebody there that way. Another good one, if you want to do 100 a day, which is a lot, I think, is to use something like HubSpot Sales and CRM together. HubSpot CRM is a free CRM, and then they've got a sales tool that works a lot like Yesware, where you can send like a sequence, right? You can send a sequence of emails out. It'll just drip feed them out, and as soon as you get a response from somebody, it'll automatically stop the sequence, or you can manually turn it off if they call you back, for example. Right. So those are some tools to help you scale it, so you can stay organized and understand the context when somebody responds back to you. But this direct outreach template, like, it's just a template, so you should customize it to make it your own. But this is the messaging that I use to go out and find new business, whether it's warm, cold, referral based. It's kind of the same. You just tailor it to the recipient, meaning like you approach cold people a certain way, and I go through that in detail in this video right here. Right. Like if someone's new, you don't just want to blast them with like buy, because that doesn't really work as well. It's more like find some common ground. So this is the reason I reached out. Here's how it relates to you. Like, here's what we might have in common, because my expertise is actually helping yoga studios profitably acquire new members each month using Facebook and Instagram ads, right? So that's why I'm reaching out to you, because you're a yoga studio, and that's what I do is I help yoga studios grow. And I've took a look at what you're doing in your group classes online, and I'd love to show you what's working for our yoga clients right now. I'm sure applying the same to your business will boost your monthly memberships quite significantly. And then if you have a case study, you would just insert it here. And then the call to action at the end is not buy or would you like to do this. It's would you like me to show you how we are getting these kinds of results for our clients. It just takes 15 minutes, and worst case scenario is you leave knowing what's working out there right now for yoga studios. Right? So if you load that sucker up, load your list up, send 100 of these out, you're going to get some responses. Right? And guys, there's a ton of tools like these out there. Okay, so for cold email, there's a ton. Like, and I don't even know of all the good ones, but there's one called cold email software. Let me see. There's one that's really good. Pipedrive is really popular. Okay, that one's good. I've played around with that one before. This one's called, is it Prospect.io? Is this it? Prospect. No, this is a different one. All right, I've never seen this one, but this is another one, right? I mean, there's so many of these, right? There's Prospect.io. There's one right below called Reply.io. Yep. This is Yeah, so in this one, you can look for new contacts directly from the app. So, I mean, guys, you could spend all day on these. I would not. Yeah, and Ashmore says quick mail, right? Quick mail is awesome. I've actually I've used this one, and this one's pretty awesome. This one is actually really, really popular with like, so if you use Gmail or if you use these tools, this one is incredible. It connects with this close.io CRM too, but this guy really understands cold email. The guy that makes this software. See if we can get to a page that explains it a little better. Yeah. So what's cool is like if you're doing it already, let's just say you're doing a few manually and you go, yep. He talks about how you can actually like replace your time and get it back. I don't see, he used to have a lot more, yeah, I don't want to do that. He used to have a lot more of the features and benefits on here, but this guy's reputation is incredible. Maybe look on his blog to find some content if you want to, yeah, so stuff like this. Inbound, outbound, what's available, boom. So the short version of this is like you connect your API key for like Gmail, let's just say, and you can connect something simple like Zapier so that you get automatically notified when somebody either responds or follows up or whatever, right? You can set it to do kind of whatever you want. But the main takeaway from the software is that you can it's kind of set it and forget it. So if you're actively loading the thing with prospects or adding them as you find them, once you set up your little outreach campaign, you can set up one email or you can set up 1, 2, 3, 4 emails to go in a sequence. Once you hit go, the system will keep track of everything for you and it will send out this nice little drip feed of emails until you say, I want it to stop manually. You can hit a stop button for that one person or all of them. Or if they respond automatically, it will stop the sequence for you so that they don't keep getting these like follow-up messages and you can just begin your sales conversation. Or if they call you for some reason or reach out to you via Facebook Messenger or somewhere else, you can also manually go in and stop the email sequence. So what's cool about that is, let's say you send 100 emails a day, which is, again, that's a lot, and you set up 5 appointments a week, from those 100 emails, if you got 5 appointments and let's just say 4 of them showed up, that's 4 demos. And I mean, I could probably close 50% of them. That's 2 new clients in a week. That's a lot. You guys maybe, I don't know how strong your sales skills are. Everybody's different, right? You could easily close 1 new client a week doing that. And that's 4 new clients a month. That's a lot, guys. I mean, you would be busy, right? So yeah. Oh, okay. So Lowell's asking the email part he has. That was a good question, though, Lowell. It was being able to actually do the 5 campaign setups a day. You could totally do that. That's totally possible. If you get 5 campaigns set up in one day, they better all be in the same niche, though. That's the thing that I would say there, Lowell. Right? So if you go to the campaign builds, like you could, my team, it takes about 3 hours. I want to say about 3 hours to build a new campaign, start to finish, including like a client onboarding call. But if you are not, if you're like just booking campaigns for prospects, you wouldn't even need to build 5, really. If you go down here, like let's say you're approaching a yoga studio, you could just build 1 sample yoga studio funnel, and that's close enough. That's how I would do it. So instead of spending a bunch of time making a custom funnel for every prospect you talk to, I would just send them one that's close to their business. So if you're approaching yoga studios, send them a yoga studio funnel. They'll be able to picture themselves in it just fine. Does that make sense, Lowell? That's how I would do it. Yeah, okay, cool. So, wow. Guys, Thomas is doing at about 15 clients, and he says he's at 3,500 per month. Thomas, is that per client? That's incredible. So, and how long have you been doing this stuff? How long have you been doing Facebook ads for clients? You're welcome, Lowell. That's incredible. So yeah, does that answer your questions, guys, on that kind of stuff? Just type a 1 or yes if that stuff makes sense. And the biggest thing, okay, so here's the thing with these softwares. Guys, the tool does not matter. It really doesn't. There's so many good ones out there now. There's almost too many. It's mind-boggling how many there are. So narrow it down to like 1 or 2, or maybe like 2 or 3 that you think might work. And I would limit yourself to like spending 30 minutes or an hour on each of them, like toying around with them and testing it a little bit, because it can be a black hole and it's a waste of time. I mean, sending the actual emails is a way better use of your time than becoming a master at, which CRM works best. It's the activity is the thing that will get you connected with more clients. It's not the tool. So that's really, really important to understand. So I'll just X all these out. And guys, if you're getting good results, this is the other thing that I don't see hardly any of you doing. A lot of people in the group are good at posting. Let me go back to this. Are good at posting this this organic Facebook template, right? But they only post one of these and then they're done, right? So, for example, and I hope. And I really, really hope, oh gosh, I hope that that like if you're doing anything close to what Thomas is doing, that you should be following up and posting these results on your Facebook page, okay? So let me give you a good example of that, because I don't want to assume that everybody here has seen it, but in November we had the biggest month we've ever had. It was by far our biggest month, and it's because I was posting stuff like this on my wall. This is a good example. Well, yeah. Let me just show you this one. So after you get results for your clients, you really, really want to make sure that you're posting updates like this, right? So this is to my business list on my Facebook page. My organic Facebook page is my personal page, right? And so I'm turning around and basically reporting back that, like, our client was able to book this amount in a super short period of time. It was like 2 months, right? That they booked all these opportunities, and when it all closed out, the activity from those 2 month period was this. It's just absolutely like incredible. I mean, so hard to hit that number, right? With anything else out there. So I just told the story. Like, I just got off the phone. And, oh, okay, so it was 10 weeks, not 2 months. August numbers closed out, so I'm just telling people what happened and reporting back that it's, that it's worked. And then I picked up where that template leaves off. If you know of someone who owns a fitness studio, gym, or group-based class, please connect me, right? And I'll give them a risk-free trial. I'll take away all the risk from them getting started. I'm so confident this will work for the right fit person that I'm willing to give them that deal too, right? So when you can report back on, and I should have put a picture of the stats in there, like the Facebook ad stats. That would have been really compelling, but I was just being lazy. It took me a while to write this the first time. But guys, you can really, really do a lot better. You can attract a lot of referrals on Facebook after like 2 or 3 posts that include results like this. Like, people will just come out of the woodwork and start sending you people, if assuming that they're seeing it, right? So, like, if you can build up your Facebook page audience with friends, or maybe you already have good network of friends, you don't need to do that, but I'm every week I add new friends that I think might be able to connect me with somebody who has an interest in this kind of stuff, right? Because it takes like a few minutes a day to do, and then when I post something like this, all these people are referring folks to me. Like I got tons of inbox comments, and I also got a bunch of action like this, right? You know, look at this. This guy, you should connect with Rob, right? And this is funny because like half of these are like my colleagues, like people that, you know, do digital marketing. But I got so many inbox messages from this. There was one day I got, or 1 week, I'm sorry, that I got like 23 inbox messages from people connecting me to somebody else from this. Like 23. It was insane, right? So guys, you have to, you guys have to just be so cognizant of the fact that like this system, this little system, if you keep rinsing and repeating it, it makes so much sense. I want to make, a lot of you guys have asked for this, and so I want to make an actual like activities calendar for each of you to stick to, because I think a lot of you need that kind of structure, right? I needed it at the beginning. I wanted to make basically an activities calendar that shows you all these sorts of activities that you should be doing on a daily basis to hit your numbers, right? So guys, don't forget about this. As soon as you start getting business, hit all 3 of these, right? If you don't tell anybody about the successes that you're having, like in your warm market and on your organic Facebook, and even if you don't put those successes in your cold outreach, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. I mean, this is the most compelling part. This is the most compelling part of your story to a new business owner, by far. They could care less about you, what your name is, what your email is, or what your domain is, or what your website is. If you can do that for them, they're going to care about you real quick, right? Yeah. So Anna's saying, I love the calendar idea. Why not sow and share in Trello? I think you say, why not do and share in Trello, maybe? Something like that. I think everybody's got their own different project management systems, but Anna, I'll share the framework with you guys. I'll share the framework with you guys, and you guys can pop it into your favorite system. Everybody uses different project management things, so if I make it for one, kind of opens up Pandora's box. Let me just write Betsy real quick. So I don't forget that. Let's see, Betsy, can you please add the marketing activities calendar training to our list to discuss? Okay, cool. That's a good suggestion, guys. I will do that. A lot of you are saying, yeah, that sounds good. I know Preston in our group definitely said that would be useful. He was really high on that. So, so Anna's asking, from doing this Facebook posting, how many leads/clients? No, I got 23 inbox messages, Anna. Not all of them were a good fit. Like some people ignored that I wanted fitness studios or fitness businesses. Like they're like, oh, my brother's a plumber. Can you help him? And I was like, that's not the best fit, but I really appreciate you, introducing me, stuff like that. And then I would try to connect that person with somebody if I knew somebody who was good with plumbers, for example, right? Just to pass along the good juju. But I think we turned 4 or 5 of those into clients. We got like 1 chiropractor and 3 gyms from it, right? So definitely worth it. I don't know how else you can get that kind of return from such little activity. But this is the thing. The thing that's powerful is the rolling story, right? So have you guys seen the trial spots post that I've done? I mean, let's see, from me. Okay, this is good. So this is, I don't remember the date on that last one, but this is like 2 or 3 days later. So this is a good thing to do too. You report back, as I said in that original post. I said that I was looking for 3 new trials to book, right? And I meant in the fitness niche. So I reported back on that and said, basically, thank you for help me fill up my trials. I got them filled, right? And then I talked more about the results. So, yeah, I was kind of on the fence, but I want to get started with you. Give me a holler and we'll get started, right? And then I kind of tell the story again, just tell people what happened. And again, this isn't about you guys, it's about what's happening to your clients, right? So you're just telling the story about how your clients are like jumping on board and going through this journey with you so that you can be like the shepherd or the facilitator to helping them grow. That's the story you want to stick with. You don't want to talk about how much money you made or how awesome you are. Like that stuff people don't care about, right? It's about the journey, the story of the client. So we're taking this client on a story from like not even knowing who we are to starting with us pretty quickly to getting them good results. That's the story, right? And then we report back, and then the cycle just continues on and on and on. It's like Seinfeld, right? Seinfeld is just like never ending. It's just the longest story ever about almost nothing. You're choosing to tell a story about something, which is, the journey that your prospects and clients are on. So those are the characters, but the sequence just keeps going on and on and on and on. And pretty soon people just see these and they go, Rob's the guy who can really help fitness businesses. I mean, it takes 2 or 3 of these posts being seen by somebody for them to literally believe that on Facebook. It's incredible. So like after I was doing this for a couple months, my name started coming up in Facebook groups, getting referred to people by people I didn't even know. Excuse me. It was nuts. So in November we were busy as heck. Almost too busy. So guys, it's good to keep doing this, right? So this was on the 19th, that was top one, and then look, after the trial, what happened? Because like people are following on, they're like, okay, great trial, but what happened? That's interesting. So I'm talking about the results here. Results after 2 weeks of Facebook ads, 79 leads, $335 cost per lead for the gym niche. It's great. We shoot for $5 long term, so $335 we will take, right? And this was cool that he sent me an hour about 5 hours after we started the campaign on the first day, and he was already getting walk-ins, right? They're already coming in. Good start, right? That's what his email said to me. So guys, this is pretty compelling to people, right? So, guys, do you have any questions about this? This is a really powerful strategy. And yeah, Lowell says he's got to run, and he's asking about specific topics and tips. This is my best tip. I mean, I don't know. Guys, this stuff works. So if you think this doesn't work or you're not doing this, spend time doing this instead of asking for more, Like this cracks me up. This is something that I always see is people are like, well, what else do you have? And it's like, dude, well, did you do the thing that works first, right? So I understand that you guys want to talk about what's working, but this is what works. It's just rinse and repeat. Like if you guys want to go find something new that's like crazy and huge shiny object, there's plenty of that stuff out there, right? But I'm about building a real business, one that's sustainable. I mean, you guys, if you guys have the messaging, it's all here, right? It's all in here. So if you guys want to go in groups and network in a bunch of Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, be helpful first and then use this messaging, right? Use this messaging to help someone out for free. That's the way you can take it to the next level. Or if you don't like doing cold email, go inbox a gym owner with the cold outreach template, like using Facebook Messenger, right? So go use this and go hit them up on their Facebook Messenger instead of email, right? So I'm going to address that. There's a few people that have asked me, the question is, on these calls, people are asking for, they're the question is, can we make these calls instead of Q&A calls? Make the calls on specific topics, tips, etc. What's working now, right? So did you guys see this post by Cody? I'll go back to the group. Hang on. Let's see. Did you guys see this post by Cody right here? I mean, guys, there's people that pay me $5,000 a month to get one-on-one time with me. You know, so if you guys have questions about campaigns or sales or anything, that's what this time is blocked out for. It's literally blocked, hard-coded into my schedule. So I'm happy to entertain this question, but I think it's ridiculous to ask for it if nobody is doing the stuff that I've put in there that's that works. That's my best stuff. I mean, if you want more complicated, that's not me. Okay, so I don't do complicated really. So if there's specific things that you want to talk about, let's talk about that, right? But asking me to create new content every week on something that is not going to help you grow your business doesn't seem like it's a good use of time for me or for you guys, to be honest. I don't want to add something just to add more stuff to your plate. That's ridiculous. I want to help you guys make money, you know? So Anna says, no, please keep the Q&A. It is what I need. Good comment. I agree with you, Anna. Cool. So one thing that we will be starting to do, though, is add more, is we're going to work on the ClickFunnels today. I think it's time to start adding ClickFunnels as an option to our campaign builds. And so we will add that, okay? ClickFunnels will be an option, and we'll share those funnels with you guys when we've got them completed. I have no idea when that's going to be, but we will add that. I think it's time. I think ClickFunnels is stable enough, and the share funnels are getting so good that it's one that we're going to add as a consistent one to our inbox, to our arsenal here, and you guys can have access to that for sure. Cool. Jamil says the Q&A is invaluable. I appreciate that, man. So guys, tell me what's going on with you, because I definitely want, like, a good question to ask in these types of things if there's no other questions is, what's the number one thing that I can help you with that's holding you back in your business right now? Just to help you think about that, and you can start typing in questions, right? Let me show you real quick while you guys are typing that in. Let me show you a campaign that's working really well right now for us. Oh, that one I need to get permission on before I show it to you. Let me show you. All right, Anna says, question, if I send out the Facebook posts and cold emails, do I need to rewatch the training? Last watch it in December. Anna, I would, so you understand the methodology, but the content has not changed, I don't believe. I don't think it's changed. But I would rewatch it just so you're fresh, because there's some nuances in there that you want to get right on the first try, so you don't have to go back and like make corrections. So I would rewatch it again. It's not that long. It might take you half an hour or something, right? Okay, cool. You guys want to see a pretty rad campaign that's working super well? I'll show you guys one that I love. This is so great. Did that answer your question, Anna? So you could send it right now and then rewatch it all the night. Yep, totally. Sending is better than not sending. always. Okay, cool. You guys remember this campaign, the Point Limit Sports Club campaign? One of the new hires that they were able to make because their club was growing so much was a personal trainer that's sole purpose is to grow the personal training department. Okay, so they asked us to put together a free personal training campaign for them, which you're seeing right here. And what's awesome about this is it's kind of a piggyback on what we've already been doing. So we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. These guys make about $400 to $600 a month per new personal training client. And so the margins on that are just insane, right? So rather than trying to close somebody for $80 a month or $100 a month in month one, they're closing people for $400 to $600 a month. So what we did was we're running a funnel where they get a free training consultation plus the free 10-day pass that we ran before, right? Now what's cool about this is it's almost the same. They did have a different video, right? They're able to do this because their other campaigns are working so well they could justify the cost to do this. So they made a new 1-minute video, and here's the offer. Want one free personal training consultation to the gym. Okay. Now, you guys are already really familiar with this funnel, but let me show you guys the results from this. Okay. One second. This is going to be fun. Let me just collapse these so we don't give away any sensitive information. Okay, cool. So guys, check this out. This is so juicy. This is just for the personal training campaign. Okay, this is not for the other campaigns that we've run for them or anything like that. We have gotten them almost 100 new personal training leads since December. Let's see, where does this get good? So yeah, you know what's crazy? So December was actually a pretty busy month for this, and then January slowed down a bit, and then February was a great month, and March has been a great month. Now here's what happened, guys. This one's really interesting. You guys might be saying like, well, this lead volume isn't very high, and it's actually not, right? But what's interesting about this funnel is after they opt in here, they go to a thank you page that has a booking calendar on it, and that's how they book their session with this head of the personal training department. So this list is of the leads, but the people after that who have actually booked a session, like booked an appointment with them, almost all of those people signed up for personal training sessions. So when I talked to Peter, the guy over there, he's like, oh my God, it's incredible. Like, I'm closing like 50% of the people on the spot, and some of them come back like the next day or the next week and they sign up. So these guys are making like something crazy, like $4 or $5 grand a month from this campaign, just in month one. So their cost per lead is higher. It's about $10 per lead, but that's okay because the leads are so qualified when they come in that it's super, super, super worth it because they only need like 2 leads, which is $20 to get somebody to spend $400 to $600 in month one. Isn't that incredible? So, you know, honestly, guys, Anna's asking, what does a green mean? They were sort of looking at using this as their own little CRM. So for a while, they were clicking the ones who had, all the green ones are people who have a start date, meaning they booked an appointment and they came in and started. But they stopped using it for some reason in late December. I don't know why. They have their own internal CRM, so sometimes they're like, well, this is kind of a waste of time because we can, like our front desk girl can populate these into our CRM instead, right? But you can see these numbers, crazy numbers, right? Yeah, so Anna, they're closing 50 to 80% of the people that end up showing up at these appointments. They're not all booking the appointment because that's after this step. But the ones who are, they're closing 50 to 80% of them. So it's like 8 to 10 new ones a month, which is like crazy return on investment, right? So we're only spending like $400 to $600 a month in ad spend to get them that kind of result. Insane, right? So Lonnie says, my wife is a trainer. I didn't have much luck running ads for her, but if the gym she uses were to partner with her on this by offering the 10 days, would it be a win-win? Yeah, it would be win-win. They get new members, my wife gets new clients. Yeah, Lonnie, you should work that out, man. This works great. This works fantastic. Yeah, yeah. So Lonnie, if you can make that deal, I know a lot of, like, if they don't have a personal training department, you could just take all the leads, work all the leads, and then their salesperson could work to close the 10-day free trial people, right? That's really smart. If you can work that out, that'd be cash cow. Lonnie says, I'm so glad you shared this. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad we did too. So guys, like, this stuff works. You just have to figure out, you know, again, it doesn't have to be complicated to work well. The effort and the tweaking goes into what works right here, and then once that stuff's figured out, what works right here, and then the thank you page. Oh, people aren't booking. How do we make that better? What works there, right? To get these results. So you keep working at it. It's very, very easy to make, 2 to 3 hours worth of tweaks on the right stuff, and keep improving results like that month after month after month. If you're trying to step back and go, oh, this stuff doesn't work, or I've tried that stuff before, it doesn't work, and you shut the part of your brain down where you go back to troubleshooting, then that's a totally different mindset. That's why most people don't do well with this. Marketers and business owners, they just quit after their first hypothesis fails. Like, oh, I think this will work. Then they try and it doesn't work, and they stop. Right? So if you guys keep some things constant and work to find out what does work, then you can make this very, 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 very profitable for you and for your clients. You guys see how that goes? Oh, cool. So Lonnie says the gym lets trainers use this space for a fee, but the gym gets the memberships. That's awesome, Lonnie. You should totally do this. Right? Yeah, because I imagine your fee's pretty low, so you could easily blow past the fee with like 1 or 2 new clients. Just go with that, right? Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys, any other questions? We got about four more minutes here before I got to hop to the next call. And guys, you can see down here, we did this with a yoga teacher and training offer that they did. Whoops, sorry, that's personal data. Let's not do that. Whoops. Ah! Dang it. I'm just going to exit that out. So, and Raphael's asking, you guys have other gym clients that get different results, I'm sure. What other results or range do they get? Yeah, Raphael, on average, our clients are getting leads for $5, for $5. It's a little higher for things like CrossFit and MMA and things like that. Excuse me, but for most gyms like this, $5 a lead all day. A little higher sometimes, a little lower sometimes, but You can get pretty good if you have this well optimized, meaning you understand what's happening in each step and you've improved it based on what the market wants. You can get $10 to $20 leads for almost anything in fitness. So like yoga teacher and training is like a $4,000 package or $2,500 to $4,000 package. You could get $10 to $20 leads for them. Pretty awesome. Anna, no. The answer to your question that you just typed is no. Don't worry about it. No, and Anna, I'm going to fill you guys in on that a little later. So I'll have an update for you like tomorrow probably on that. So don't worry about it. Don't take action. Don't do anything. I'm going to hook you guys up. So yeah, no problem, Rafael. So that's what you should always be shooting for, Rafael, is, you know, with fitness, and like this is different in different niches. Like in chiropractic, you might pay a little more, but you know, chiropractors sell care packages up to like $2,500. Cosmetic dentists, for example, do like $40,000 mouth restorations. They do several $100 teeth whitening services, right? So you might be paying $20 a lead for teeth whitening for a dentist locally, but they're making $500 to $800 per service from that. So it still makes sense. Does that make sense, Rafael? So we're willing to pay, like we have a CrossFit client that's paying like $10 a lead or something, and he's stoked because his clients pay him like $150 a month, and he's still profitable in month one, and each month after that is all profit for him. The whole you know, monthly membership fee goes straight to him after that. He's crushing it. He's got a tiny CrossFit box. It's like, I don't know, 20 feet by 40 feet. It's tiny. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll go ahead and wrap this call up. If you need anything else, Facebook group is there. I do welcome any feedback always, even if I don't agree with you. It's pleasant disagreement, and definitely post questions in the group. That's what it's there for. It's a supported Facebook group. You know, Jesse, Betsy, and I are always in there. So we'll get to your questions within a day or two at the most. Usually it's within a few hours. And as always, if you need anything else, or support@robbailey.com. And we'll see you guys next week, all right? Make it a great week. We'll talk soon.